Lesson 14.5 is multiplying matrices. So first we got to make sure that we can multiply these, and remember that we need the dimensions of both matrices, make sure the middle numbers are the same, and then the outer numbers are their final dimensions. So this has 2 rows by 3 columns, and this has 3 rows by 2 columns. So because these match, that works, so then it's going to result in a 2 by 2. Okay, and so I'm going to go ahead and actually make it way down here. And I'm going to put blanks just so we know what we need to end up with. Okay, so this first one right here, I'm actually going to go ahead and call them 1, 2, 3, 4. This is just for note purposes so that you can look back at these and see the math that you did. So to find this answer right here, number 1, you've got to think about its placement. This would be row 1, and this is column 1. So what I need to do is multiply and add everything from row 1 times column 1 of the second matrix. So row 1 of the first matrix times column 1 of the second matrix. So we're going to take 3 times -1 plus, you're adding the products, -1 times 1 plus 0 times 5. Okay, so that would be -3 minus 1 plus 0, which would be -4. That's the answer there. All right, number 2. Element 2 is still row 1, but now we've got column 2. Cannot spell column. Column 2. So I've got to still take row 1 from the first matrix. Now I'm taking everything times column 2. So it'll be 3 times -1 plus -1 times -1 plus 0 times -1. So that'd be -3 plus 1 plus 0, which is -2. Okay, now I'm moving on to number 3, which is in row 2. So now I'm going to take row 2's numbers from the first matrix times column 1's numbers from the second matrix. And what might help you is go ahead and just put these 3 numbers, 0, -4, -1, and then just go column 1. So this is times -1, times 1, times 5. If you want to put plus signs in between, you can. That'd be 0, -4, -5. -4 minus 5 is -9. And number 4 is row 2 times column 2. So it'd be 0, -4, -1 again, this time times all -1s. So that would be 0, +4, +1. So that results in 5. So your answer would be -4, -2, -9, and 5. Let's try one more, see if we can speed up a little bit. Let's check the dimensions. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 rows by 1, 2 columns, and we've got 2 rows by 1, 2, 3 columns. The 2's match, so this is going to result in a 4 by 3 matrix. So we're going to have to make it a little bit bigger. We're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 3 columns. Okay, so then I would start. This is, I'm just going to put R1, R2, R3, R4. Column 1, column 2, column 3. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I've got 12 different answers I'm going to get. So for number 1, I'm going to take row 1 and then multiply it by everything in column 1. So -2 times -1 plus -2 times 0. The good thing is you don't have as many numbers to add. So that would be positive 2, plus 0, or 2. Okay, next one is going to be row 1 again. So you'll kind of get to see the pattern. But this time times column 2, so that's a 1 and a negative 3. And that would be negative 2 plus 6, which is 4. Okay, next one is row 1 again. So the negative 2 and the negative 2. Oop. And then column 3, which is negative 2 and 4. That would be positive 4 minus 8, which is negative 4. So see if you can finish out the rest of these elements. And this should be your final answer. I kind of split them up into groups of 3 here because I went ahead and kind of just knew this is a 5 and a 0 and a 5 and a 0 and a 5 and a 0. You're using the same row. So these were row 2 times column 1, 2, 3. Then my blue numbers were row 3 times column 1, 2, 3. And then my green were row 4s times column 1, 2, 3. It's really helped having so many zeros in there.